Okay, I think we are live. I know this looks way different than normal. I recently rearranged here. We'll talk about that here in just a second. It looks like we've got a few people over on YouTube already. We've got a few over on Twitch already. Can I get an audio check just to make sure that everything sounds the way it's supposed to? I want to make sure everything sounds good before we jump into the stream today. Okay, hey, we've got our developer, our I don't even know what the right word is here. And I'm not even sure how to pronounce your name. If I'm honest, I have failed in that, and I apologize. But I'm glad that everything works. Mr. Grey Wolf says that everything sounds good so far. Thank you for resubscribing, Mr. Grey Wolf. Really appreciate that. Audio is good. Sounds good on YouTube. Outstanding. Thank you guys so much for verifying that. I've been fighting audio issues in some capacity for a really long time, and I think it's sorted. It was a Windows issue. Go figure. Where my audio had been turned way down in Windows. But I just brought it like all the way up a couple of streams ago. But I'm still super cautious about that. I'm also super frustrated that the ground control isn't keeping up with YouTube anymore. That's the app that I use to read your guys' chats, and I don't understand why it's not doing what it's supposed to do. But anyway, I know this looks different than normal. Hey, Collins is here. Glad to see you here, both on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you so much for that. So I rearranged the studio recently. If you saw my last video where I reviewed a mini PC, hey, JD is here. So if you saw that video, you'll notice that I rearranged things in the studio a bit. But for the sake of what we're doing today, I had to go a bit farther to make everything work for this review, this demonstration, that sort of thing. And I think I'm pretty happy with it. I've kind of come up with a clever solution for what I've got going on here. I think it's clever. I'm not a streamer by nature. So coming up with this solution made me kind of happy. And maybe we can talk about that later. But yeah, so thank you to everybody who's hanging out with me on a Saturday. I appreciate that. I know you guys could be doing just about anything else. But we're here, we're hanging out. We're going to take a look at a device that was recently brought into my my purview, my realm of consciousness, I suppose. And I guess we can just kind of jump into that real quick. Let me make sure I got this button thing right here, top down. Hey, that looks right. This is the box that we're gonna take a look at what's in the box, obviously. But this is from Sanctuary Systems. The founder of Sanctuary Systems is actually in the chat over on Twitch. And it's again, it's Pepage in the Fox. I know I screwed that up. I'm not good if you don't have a very American name. I apologize for that. But that's what we're going to take a look at, is what's in this box today. In fact, I've got some more hardware on the rack behind me that we're also going to take a look at that goes along with this. And of course, for this to work, Pep works. Thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. Pep, I can say Pep. So thank you, Pep, for that, for sending this over. I'm excited to take a look at this. And I guess with that, let's just jump in, right? I got my microphone here. I'm going to try not to bump it any more than I already have there a couple of times. So let's pop this thing open. The first thing I noticed when I saw this, and it's the silliest thing that I'm really excited about. I got to look over there. My monitor is over there for this stream. This This is awesome. This is well thought out. I super appreciate this. It's an I/O plate for a motherboard, uh, and I'm super thankful that this is here. These make a lot of difference when it comes to dust protection and things like that. So really stoked to see this was in the box. I'm going to set that aside. And then we get a Wi-Fi antenna, and then the little connector thing. This end over here will plug into the board, and this will go through. This will go through like here, and then I can screw this on, and we can get Wi-Fi if we want to go that route. I don't know that I do because I've got a network cable over here, so not a huge deal for me, but I know not everybody has that luxury. So. If we move over, if we remove this, the packaging on this was great. It's simple, and I actually appreciate that. This is what we're here for. Is this Sentinel Core board right here? So let me get this stuff out of the way. I want to make sure that I don't lose anything because I'm always really bad about losing bits and bobs and pieces and things. So I want to make sure that I keep all of this as contained as possible. Let's see. Migrating. Let's do. All right. Nothing. All right. Cool. All right. So this is what we're here for, right? This is the Sentinel Core board. I've got these batteries. These CR2032 batteries. I've got a stack of them in the other room, and I forgot to grab them. Oh, the Bluetooth or the antenna is also used for Bluetooth. That's really good to know. Okay, well, you've convinced me with your powers of persuasion then. So under here is a Raspberry Pi Compute Module 5. That's what's powering this board here. And this board is basically a breakout board for that CM5, as I'm going to call it moving forward. So with this, we're going to get our standard I/O pins like you would expect. It looks like we've got a breadboard over here, which I appreciate, with a 3.3 volt rail up at the top. Let me see if I can bring this up a little bit, make it easier for you guys to see. So we've got a 3.3 volt rail here. We've also got a 5 volt rail here, and that's going to come off of this 24 pin power plug that's going to be powered by a standard power supply. Again, I've got this rack down here, or up there rather, with the power supply right there, pre-cable managed because I needed something to do yesterday. So I got a sneeze coming, and it's almost gone. Anyway, so what else we got here? We're going to come to this side later. We've got a couple of camera or display modules here. We've got some headers here to do things like, what does that say? We've got a sync out. We've got a PMIC enable. We've got a power button. We've got a couple of jumpers for an eMMC boot or writing to EEPROM. A couple of jumpers here in this little tab or this little spot there. Again, our Raspberry Pi hat stuff here. We've got our CMOS battery option here. A couple of HDMI ports, a LAN port, a couple of USB-Cs, or sorry, USB-A type USB 3 ports rather. And then this USB-C, I believe, is just for programming, based on my understanding. And Pep, please let me know if I miss anything as we're going along here. And then we've got a couple of fan headers right here as well. So that's kind of what's going on there. And then we've got this PCI Express slot that later, here soon actually, we're gonna throw this in. We've been talking. I've had this for a while now. This is an RX 7600 XT with 16 gigs of VRAM, and this altogether is going to be basically a home assistant unit, a beast of a unit that also has onboard AI. I have done almost no prep for this other than reading some of the documentation. I did a test boot yesterday to make sure that it powered on. And to help put Pep's mind at ease. This was shipped, I believe, from the Netherlands. And there's always, of course, in small batch stuff especially, there's always nerves. There's always a bit of anxiousness about sending over a review unit like this. So yesterday I did a pre-boot just to make sure it would boot up, get an IP address, that sort of thing. But that's all the farther I took it. and that's going to change today. I have no idea what's about to happen here, but I guess what we could do, since that's why we're here, is we could actually go and take a quick look at their website. That should have been one of the first things we did, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm not good about the planning when it comes to live streams for some reason. So let me do this. I'm going to switch over so you guys can see my screen in just a moment. But I want to make sure that this all is here where it needs to be. Okay, let's do this. Let's do desktop. Oh, you know what? It's fine. You don't need to see my dumb face anyway. So this is the Sanctuary Systems website, and here we can kind of see the render of what we're taking a look at here today. The Sentinel Core says, power your sanctuary with local AI. Reclaim your home with Sentinel Core, the ultimate platform for privacy-first DIY smart home systems. Built for autonomous local AI home automation, this custom Raspberry Pi 5 embraces bring your own GPU mindset. Featuring a PCI Express port for connecting full power GPUs, the Sentinel Core empowers you to run advanced large language models and create private offline voice assistant with unmatched performance. So I think that was worded really, really well. I love the way that was all kind of put together. And I'm excited to take a look at this whole project and kind of see how it goes. Again, all I've done so far is just do the test boot. But I'm excited to see kind of where this goes. Let's actually, I don't know why I came over to here, but let's go back. Let's go back to there for a minute. It says, why Sanctuary Systems? Your system, your rules. Privacy-first solutions that let you innovate, create, and take control, free from cloud reliance and surprise fees. Your data stays home. We believe your home is your sanctuary. That's why all of our solutions are designed to operate locally, giving you complete control over your data and peace of mind. I'm really liking all of this. See, we're at Sanctuary Systems, we believe your smart home isn't just where you live, it's your safe haven, and for you and your loved ones, it should be private, secure, and entirely under your control. We are husbands, fathers, and DIY tech enthusiasts, and that's why we designed and manufacture cutting-edge, privacy-focused smart home products for those who refuse to compromise. I love this mission statement. That's awesome. We keep scrolling here. Effortless setup, if my words would work. With our custom home assistant pre-installed, getting started is seamless for beginners and experienced DIY enthusiasts. Flexible and future ready. It's an mini-ITX form factor, offers compatibility with repurposed PC components, giving you the freedom to customize and upgrade as needed while maintaining a premium compact build. Leveraging the Pi 5 foundation, the Sentinel Core delivers exceptional energy efficiency without sacrificing capability. If I had been smart, I would have actually ran my power cable with a power metering plug, and I didn't. I failed there. Maybe I can still fix that before we get into this. And then unmatched local AI power. This custom Pi 5 features a PCI Express port for the GPU of your choice, unlocking full power LLMs. Experience lightning fast, privacy first, local AI voice assistants with unmatched power. So really, this is really good. I appreciate all of this. And then one last thing we're going to take a look at here is now available for pre-order. Get ready to elevate your home with privacy first local LLMs, powerful, private, and built for creators. The first batch is limited. I feel fortunate to have gotten one of these. And once they're gone, we're moving back to a wait list, so don't miss out. This should be linked in the video description on YouTube if you're over there. And then you can kind of scroll through this and see more or less the same thing. Mine's got a little heat dissipator here. But everything else looks real similar. So well done on that. And of course, the top view, again, very similar to what we were showing a minute ago. And then here we go. There's all of the specs about all of that, so that you can take a look at all of that if you want to. But that's kind of where everything is at this point. I wanted to kind of take a quick run through that so that we could all be on more or less the same page there. Let's see. The ATX, hold on. The website was made by my co-founder who's also watching. Outstanding. Well, thank you for sharing that. That's great. I love that you were both able to jump in and take and at least participate a little bit. The ATX supply often consumes as much as by itself as the whole. Wow, that's wow. All right. Well, and then of course you're gonna have at least probably 100 to 200 watts for the GPU, depending on what GPU you go with for your setup. So that's, but overall, a fairly power efficient system. Like it's not like the GPU is going to be running constantly, like not at 100 watts or whatever. So I'm super excited to take a look at that. I think I am going to. Yeah, I think I am going to do that. Sorry, give me a second here. What I got to do? This light is on a switch or on a smart plug, and I need that plug for a minute. So, because I want to see how much this actually draws, we can take a look at that in my existing Home Assistant setup with that. So I got to unplug this light for just a second and replug it in over here, so that we can actually see the full power draw of the system here. Right? I think that's going to be important. So. Okay, lights fixed. So that's part of it. Then, oops, plug that in. Plug that in. Oops. And now our power cable can be monitored for its power usage. I'm excited about that. So yeah, no, thank you for that. Man, it looks like YouTube's over here kind of doing its own thing. Let's see. It's almost got everything copied already. Okay, that's yeah. So you guys. I really wish. I am really getting frustrated with ground control here. Channel. That's I just it's the right channel. I don't understand because it's showing me other things and it's not showing me anything on YouTube despite logging in and out repeatedly. Anyway, that's not your guys' concern. That's not why we're here. So what I need to do at this point is actually get this big rack thing down here on the desk so that we can get everything put together and kind of do a more or less a first boot so we can see what that looks like. So what I want to do is let's move this back over to there. No, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm going to move this over to the side. And then we have this. So I actually managed to pick this up. It's nothing fancy, right? But I picked this up on Amazon for like $15 the other day. And it wasn't an Amazon Prime sale or whatever, or the Amazon Day sale. It wasn't anything like that. It was just like $15 for this, which is super, super handy for what we're doing here today. I will say that, of course, I tightened that down too much. Yesterday, I did go ahead and pre-cable manage this just to make this go a little easier. I'm going to set those screws over there and then unscrew this one because I got that one way too tight. So let's undo this. Let's see. We're going to set that there. Okay. First things first. I was excited about this, and I don't want to screw that up, but I want to make sure that I get this going the right direction because I will screw that up if I'm not careful. It's going to go this way, right? All right. So it's not pressure fit. That's fine. Let's make sure that all of this goes together the way we want it to. Although it doesn't really matter if I'm being honest, because that's not gonna This is a me issue. This is not anything else other than that issue. I'm going to pull that out for right now. Not super important for what we're doing. I want to make sure that we can kind of keep this moving along without getting too tied up in my neuroses, because I'm working on those. I think it's important to always keep working on yourself. All right, there we go. Let's get that screw in. And then we're going to get the couple more screws in here real quick. Also trying not to bump the microphone if I can help it, because I absolutely will. If you guys would like to do me a favor, if you're over on YouTube, if you're enjoying the stream or the content, or just want to be extra friendly and hit the like button, that would be amazing. That gives YouTube an indication that you guys are enjoying the content. Also gives me an indication that you're enjoying the content. So I would super appreciate that. All right, so that's that. That's the board in. I didn't put this in just yet. It was the way this case is. I'm not totally sure it's gonna be a good idea for me to do that right now, but I do want to get the power plugs in. I'll make sure that this sits in there well. A little bit of board flex there. That makes me nervous every time. And not just with this board, I mean in general, when motherboards flex, I get nervous. That's just kind of the way I am. All right, that's good there. Again, the only other thing we got to plug in is this. Once we get the GPU plugged in, yeah, especially if you designed the board. I believe it. Yeah, no, I'm trying to be super careful. It's not that I don't trust your guys' ability to design and whoever your board manufacturer is, but I always get so paranoid when rigid things bend, because I never know what their break point is, you know? Again, we've got our RX 7600 XT here. We're going to get this hopefully in here like so. There we go. That all feels really good. We're going to get some thumb screws in so that we can hold the board in place. Let's get this one in. All right. It's getting close. There we go. All right. One's probably good. Let's not go overboard here. And then we've got our dual 8-pin power connectors to power this beast of a GPU. This is by far the most VRAM I've ever had in a GPU. It's 16 gigs. Like even both of my main daily stations, like the one I've got here, the one I've got in the other part of the house, 8 gigs. That's what I've been rocking for a really long time, is 8 gigs. So to jump to 16 is a lot for me. And it makes me kind of sad that I'm not using it in my daily work environment. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. We've got our power plugged here and there. That's all good. I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. Hopefully these fans don't interfere too much over here. Man, God, that's such a beast. So let's plug in. Let's plug in power, right? And oops. And network. Those are both going to be important. Oh, you know, the other thing that's important, just for what we're doing here momentarily, is I do want to get a video signal to the capture card so we can make sure that it boots up, or that it's going through the appropriate boot sequences or whatever, right? Oops, it helps if I turn that the right direction. So we'll plug that into HDMI 0 or 1. I can never remember. So we're all plugged in here, right? I think we're good. Let's turn that on. And then let me do two things here, right? This I want to copy. Then we come over to here. Oh, I already did. Look at me being smart. Okay, so hopefully when I push this power button, things are going to happen on the screen instead of it just saying Elgato. because I didn't test that yesterday. Did I not? Oh, helps if you turn on the smart plug. That. Okay. Just so we can all see this. We've got lights here. Smells like newer electronics. It always makes me cautious. Let's do desktop. No, let's do me. No, darn it, where did it go? I don't have a button for that. Okay, we're booting. We're booting. That's great. I'm really happy to see that we are in fact booting. There's always, gosh, that booted really fast. Dude, that booted really fast. Um, I am genuinely shocked at how fast that booted. I'm going to drag this out because I know you guys can't really see that. Just so we can kind of see what's going on there. We're on 192.168.0.48. That is the IP address that we're going to go to here in just a second. I can't. I'm genuinely shocked at how fast that booted, like into Home Assistant, ready to go. Bonkers. Oh, also, so there was one other thing that Pat messaged me this morning privately on Discord to say, FYI, Home Assistant released a major new operating system version some days ago, which changes the kernel version. So I'm still working on the update to 16.0. So you're going to see some differences here if you're already super familiar and comfortable with the newest version of Home Assistant. This is going to be a step behind. This is a new kernel version that hasn't been implemented yet to the Sentinel Core device as of yet. Sorry, this message that just came up over on YouTube chat. Yeah, if you could message me, I would be happy to compensate you for some value there. Let me know. Message me on Discord, email me, david@dbtechreviews.com. However you want to get in touch, hit me up. Let's talk about that, because that could be a lot of fun too. Yeah, that could actually be a lot of fun. That would be great if you wanted to chat with me about that. Anyway, coming back to this, everything here is good. Oh, all right, cool. Thank you for that. Okay, so here we are. This is good. We're happy with this. What I want to do now, though, is find. Brennan says, so I'm guessing the Sentinel Core. You know what? Let me just come over. Let me just do this. I guess you guys can look at dummy here for just a minute. Brendan says, so I'm guessing the Sentinel Core is used with the GPU for setting up AI and hooking into Home Assistant. That's correct. Yeah, so Home Assistant will actually run on the Raspberry Pi 5 side of things, and then the AI will run basically on the GPU side of things, and of course they will commingle and work together. That's basically how I've got things set up on the. You can't really see it. Right there. You can see my HL15. It's got an 8 gig NVIDIA card in it that does both Plex transcoding as well as managing my Home Assistant AI. This will separate that and put all of my AI here into the Sentinel Core for what we're doing here anyway. I don't know. There's a fly that keeps hitting me in the side of the face. So I don't know how this is going to play out long term. And I was afraid of that. There we go. So I don't know how this is actually going to play out long term. I haven't tested it yet, but that's what we're going to do now. So I think what I want to do. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for all of that. Sorry, I'm also this chat thing's really frustrating me. I really got to figure this out. This ground control thing. So let me come back to desktop. Right, that's fine. Let's pop this open in a new window here. And I think it was 40. I think is what we said. Let me verify that, because I don't want to. Let me look here. Is it 40. It's 48. It's not 40. I'm glad I double checked, but it's going to be on 40. We're on a desktop. So we're going to do 192.168.0.48 on 2.3. Continue. Hey, look at that. Outstanding. So I'm going to have to move some things around a little bit. Okay. So it says, are you ready? This is Home Assistant at this point, of course. Oh, you know what? I feel like we're going to be here. We're going to be here for a minute. So give me just a second here. I want to fix something. I want to do this. I want to grab this, copy that to desktop. Yeah, and that's fine. We'll paste that. All right. Good enough, I think. Okay, so this says, are you ready to awaken your home, reclaim your privacy, and join a worldwide community of tinkerers? We can create my smart home, upload a backup, or run Home Assistant Cloud. Do you see this stupid fly trying to frustrate me in no end? Anyway, I'm going to start fresh. I have not run a full backup of my existing Home Assistant. Look, I run a daily backup, right? But I don't want to get into the weeds on that right now. So I'm just going to create my smart home. I'm going to create a user. I'm going to do it over here, I suppose. Tech. Okay, so let's create my account. I'm not going to put in my address here. Nothing personal, guys. I just, I like to maintain some semblance of privacy. Click next. Country, United States. That's correct. Let me zoom in maybe a little bit here. At least a little bit. Next. Okay. Help us help you. Share anonymized information from your installation to help make Home Assistant better. I mean, not right now. We found some devices. Outstanding. Wow, it actually found a few different devices. That's cool. I really, really love that this has Bluetooth built into it. I hadn't actually considered the possible upshots of this having Bluetooth built into it until right now. So that's kind of exciting, actually. So that's very cool. Sorry, I'm not multitasking well, and I swear. We're going to click finish, right? We're going to click there. Okay. Plant sensor. I don't know where it's pulling this. That's crazy. I genuinely don't know where it's pulling that. I want to grab. Yeah. Amsterdam, the United States. Absolutely. Makes as much sense to me as anything else. I'm going to just drag this kind of over here for right now, just so that I can still kind of keep an eye on it. There we go. And then for right now, that's fine. Okay. So we've got this. We've got a bedroom speaker. We've got a living room speaker. Map, still Amsterdam. Energy, we're not doing anything with energy at this point. I guess I'll just click through these just to get through this part. Next. Great. I understand that. That's fine. Whatever. Logbook. Right. July 12th, 1:58 p.m. is not correct. We'll fix that in a minute. History, nothing there. Media, again, nothing there. To-do list, nothing there. Developer tools, we'll come back to. Settings. Okay. So, Pep, question. What's going to happen if I update this? I guess that's my first question. Is this says, hey, there's an update. I don't want to break anything because I know this is still kind of an early production, pre-production, whatever run. I don't want to run this update and then have things go afoul. You can update the core, but not the OS. So this is safe to run then, right? I'm hoping that's okay. You can update the core, but not the OS. Then this should be fine. We'll come back to that, right? We're going to close this for right now. I swear to God, this fly. Anyway, what I want to do here, now that I'm thinking about it, is do this, right? Because down here, where was it? Guide, here we go. Okay, choose your hardware. We've done that. We've assembled our hardware. And in fact, I think the hardware actually looks pretty sexy. I really actually like this a lot. I think this is great. And in fact, it will fit in this rack back here if I had room for it. Anyway, so we've chosen our hardware. Oh, I don't have a button on here for this one-off situation yet. Oh, that was not right either. Desktop. Hey, look, there we go. I haven't update ready, but I'll test it a bit more before I put it in the sanctuary updated. Outstanding. Very cool. All right. So we've chosen our hardware. We've assembled our hardware. Home Assistant onboarding. I feel like we've already done all of this. Yeah, we've already done all of this. And then choosing your voice assistant. Okay, and it says Sentinel Core comes preloaded with GPU drivers and Home Assistant, but you're completely free to choose your voice assistant setup. I love that. Sorry, I hadn't actually looked to see if my fans were spinning. They're not, so we'll see what happens. A complete voice assistant setup consists of several parts. The LLM runner, which in this case is going to be llama.cpp. Speech to text system is Whisper. Text to speech system is Piper. And extend OpenAI conversation, speech integrations, Wyoming. This is all stuff that I'm currently using in my existing setup. So I'm actually really excited to see some familiarity or some stuff that I'm familiar with anyway. I'm not sure about the Llama CPP or the extended OpenAI conversation, but we'll get there. And what I mean by I'm not sure is I'm not sure if I'm familiar with them or not. And optionally, wake word detection, open wake word, speaker and microphone throughout your house, which is Wyoming. So I'm actually going to see if I can get my existing Home Assistant PE device to work with this, just to kind of see what happens. And then local microphone, again, I've got that in the Home Assistant PE over there. So we'll see what happens. Again, this is all a first time run through for me as well. So we're doing it live. All right. So start by going to settings, add-ons, add-on store. Okay, let's do that. Settings, add-ons, add-on store down there, right? All right. And now what? From official add-ons, install Piper. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna do this in real time so that we can see what this is actually like, right? I click on paste, Piper. I'm gonna click install right here. I'm gonna give this a second to do what it's gonna do. Okay, then we're also gonna start the watchdog, which will restart the add-on if it crashes, and we're gonna click start. I think those are reasonable things to do. So we can also optionally install Open Wake Word, which I think is a good idea. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna paste that in there, and this is using the Wyoming protocol, which I assume I actually didn't check. Devices and services. I actually don't see. Oh, Wyoming protocol is right there. Oh, and hey, look, there's our Home Assistant voice. There's Jarvis. There's our Shelly plugin that I've got in a couple spots in the house. That's brilliant. I'm gonna add Piper, I'm gonna configure Piper to work with that. I love how easy that is. We'll come back to this in a moment. Settings, add-ons, add-on store. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this in for the wake word using the Wyoming protocol that was already installed, again, which I super appreciate. We'll click install. We'll give this a second. I don't think you need it for voice PE. That's fine. I want to make sure that I've got everything installed because I've also got because I've also got some other stuff, some other Home Assistant voice stuff that I'm going to be reviewing here soon. And this stuff requires it. So let's just kind of jump ahead and make sure that we've got all of this stuff pre-installed and ready to go for later. The folks at Seed reached out about some Home Assistant stuff. So while I may not need it for the Voice Assistant PE, I'm definitely going to need it for other projects in the future. So I'm kind of excited about being able to incorporate all of this together. So back to the desktop. Right, cool. Want to just check in, right? Okay, so open wakeword, right? Again, we're going to run the watchdog to make sure that it auto restarts. And then we're going to start it because, of course, that's what we're here to do. Give that a second. While that's starting, we'll come down to the next thing. And assist microphone, it can't hurt to install it. So that's good. Let's go back. Let's paste as plain text. And assist microphone. Again, can't hurt to have these things installed, even if I don't necessarily need them for my current configuration. So we'll let that install. Run the watchdog and click start. Okay, so from the hacks add-on repository, install get hacks. Interesting. All right. Do we have hacks in here already? Devices and services. Oops. Oops, no, I can't. If I could spell, man. It also doesn't help that my keyboard is completely blacked out. Interesting. Hold on. It's been a minute since I've installed hacks. Do I have is hacks in here? I don't think hacks is in here. Did I miss a step? Which is entirely possible. Hacks. Let's do this. Get the easiest way to get hacks for Home Assistant. Let's click that. Oftentimes these will have, it's in add-ons. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I rarely ever look through paste. No. Do I need to install it? Sorry, it's been a long time since I've done this. Let's click the add-on store here. Let's do hacks. I could type. There it is. There it is. Cool. We're gonna go install that. Outstanding. All right. We're gonna start on boot. I think that's gonna be good. I'm gonna click that. Cool. It is running. So let's see. What do we have? Oops, man. All right. So install get hacks, which we've got. That's good. That's our next step. From our very own LLM add-on repository, install Llama CCP. Cool. And I love seeing this. I do want to grab this though, because I've got more than one Home Assistant setup running. I want to make sure I got the right thing here. So add on to my repository. See, and this is actually the one I've got running down here. So I want to edit this. Oops. We're going to do paste to be on. It's a different subnet. It's fine. I know that I shouldn't just plug random stuff into my primary subnet, but don't do that. That's all I can say, right? Update. Open page in your Home Assistant. We're going to click open. Open link. Oh, hey, look, it's already there. Add-ons. Hey, it is there. Neat. All right, so you're right. It is already there. Yep, already in the store. Outstanding. Very cool. All right. For GPU accelerated. Okay, so we've got that part right. We're through the add-ons section. I think we're good to go as far as that's concerned. Integrations. There currently isn't an official Llama CCP integration, so we will use extended OpenAI conversation to do that. Head over to hacks in the side panel and search for this. Okay, we're going to copy. So hacks panel and the sidebar. Settings, add-ons, get hacks. Okay, start. Why isn't that started? That's weird. You will need to complete the get hacks instructions in the logs. To remember to restart the Home Assistant before you configure it. So are we talking about? Okay, let me see. Logs. That's fine. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to these logs, right? Let's see, remember to restart Home Assistant before you configure it. So let's restart Home Assistant then. System. We're gonna do this. We're gonna restart Home Assistant, and then we're gonna restart Home Assistant there. We're gonna give this a second, I suppose, and see what happens. Want to make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to, of course. Okay. So let's see. Let's go back to here. We're going to go to add-ons, get hacks. It isn't starting on boot. Like that's interesting to me. Info. It's like it is set to start on boot, as we can see right here. But for some reason it's not starting. That's really strange to me. Okay, wait, there's more here that I couldn't see. When you see the line, remember to restart Home Assistant before you configure it in the logs. The downloader is completed and you need to do what it tells you. Restart Home Assistant. Okay, we've done that. Okay. At this point, you can uninstall the add-on as you would no longer need it. The rest of the operation is done in the Home Assistant UI. Okay. Okay, so I guess I didn't need that. So I should have hacks in here, right? Like I would think. Add-ons. Let's look under devices and services. I'm not seeing hacks anywhere in here. I feel like I have missed something. I feel like I've missed something somewhere because I'm not seeing. Oh, I guess I can do these. Let's submit that. Oh, I don't care about that right now. I will click add. That's fine. Oops, hold on. Nope, I lied. Not that one. That's the one I wanted. Yeah, submit. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, hacks should be in the sidebar. I agree. I'm not seeing it over here. Now you need to add the integration, it seems. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to come back over to here just to see. Settings, devices and services, settings, devices and services, right? So I'm not, let's do A hacks. Okay, well, okay, so I understand all of this. Issues, Home Assistant was great. Set hacks, including hacks itself as custom and untested by Home Assistant. Okay, fine. I'm not sure. I feel like Get Hacks should have done that for me, which is weird, I guess. But we'll get there. That's why we're doing this stuff. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to authorize that. All right. I'm not sure why it didn't do that for me because there's hacks, right? So we're going to add a new space. STUDIO. Let's find a balcony. Looks like Deadpool, kind of. That's funny. Okay, so Thomas over here on YouTube is saying hacks did what you're going through in my last install a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so this apparently is something that is at least somewhat known, I guess. Um, sure, let's do that. We're gonna click create and then click finish. All right, now we have hacks installed. It's really weird that it did that though. I don't understand why. Make sure that all of this enable app daemons. Sure, let's do that as well. Finish. Right. Okay. System options. Yeah. All right. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I think that should be good, right? Like, I feel like that um, should be fine. All the install. Okay. So let's go back to settings, devices and services. Um, we did all of the Wyoming stuff already. I feel like. Yeah. So we've got the assist microphone, open wake word, and entry there. Yeah, it feels like you're jumping through hoops to get it set up. It wasn't like that before. It was straight. And so, yeah, that's what I thought. Look, I've had mine set up for a while and I didn't remember it being quite that convoluted. Which honestly, guys, like, thank you. I guess is the only thing I can say there. Because sometimes it feels like I don't, maybe I won't have read something or whatever, and I won't realize that things have changed. And it feels like I feel dumb sometimes when I have to run through these extra hoops because I don't realize that things have changed. So when you guys confirm that for me, makes me really happy, which I know sounds silly, but it makes me really happy to know that it's not just a me issue. So yeah. Um, all right. So let's see what's next. Um, okay, we've done this. Okay, for the base URL, do this. All right, hold on. Now click Add Integration and search for extended open. Okay, let's copy. All right. All the installed voice assistant stuff should be auto-detected by Wyoming. Okay, we did that. If not, manually add Wyoming and click on Add Service. Enter localhost. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to copy that. And then the port from each setting to add the voice add-on. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So we're going to cut that. I don't know if I need to do this part. Oops. But we're gonna see. Oops. Tab. And we're gonna paste as plain text and click submit. And let's see what happens. Did I? Okay. I have missed a step. All right, I did probably. Click on Add Integration. And we're looking, oh, the extended OpenAI. Okay, I need this. I don't think I did that part. That was my bad. I didn't do this part. Settings and add-ons, right? Yeah, I think I did too. Devices and services. Okay, hold on. All the installed voice add-ons should be auto-detected by Wyoming. We did that. If not, manually add Wyoming. Okay. So devices and services, Wyoming is there. Um, System options. Okay, I skipped installing the LLM add-ons. Okay, that's okay. That must be what I skipped there. Yeah, that's fine. Click open link. We tried that, right? This is already there. Um, Close. You need to open AI conversation in devices. Settings. OpenAI conversations. OpenAI conversations. All right. This is a local AI though. Like I shouldn't need OpenAI for this. Didn't install the add-ons. Okay, hold on. Let me come back over to here. You need the extended version. The extended version of what in Hacks? Let's go over to Hacks. Is it like open? I'm not sure. The extended OpenAI. Okay, extended. So this one right here. Right, and so I got stuff in the way over here. Download. Right, okay. Extended OpenAI. We're going to click download. I clicked download. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Oh, pending restart. Okay. So now I need to. The extended one allows you to specify the base URLs. Okay. Okay. So this says pending restart. So I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to go to system. I'm going to restart Home Assistant again. And then click restart there. Connection lost, restarting. All right. Okay, Home Assistant has started. That's good. Okay. The currently in services. Okay. Okay, so now okay, so we just installed this, right? Head over to Hacks and Side Panel, search for that. Now head over to Settings, Devices and Services, right? Settings, Devices and Services. And install the add-ons. So all of the voice add-ons should be auto-detected by that. If not, I think we did that. Okay, now click Add Integration. Are we doing that add integration? Doing that here? I don't. Okay, and search for this. Is this right? Like I'm so confused, I think. From the add-on store. So I've added. Yeah, okay, so I'm still missing the llama and the whisper from the add-on store, but like I don't from here from hacks. Is that like I'm still the add-ons? Settings, add-ons. Oops. It's a repository. You still need. Okay, so I added the repository, right? Settings, add-ons. Click on the add-on store. Okay. Paste. Okay, there's that. Thank you guys. Sorry, sometimes I get frustrated, I get overwhelmed, and I start to shut down. So thank you guys for holding my hand here. I do appreciate it. I So we're gonna install Llama CCP, right? We're gonna make sure that Watchdog is on. We're gonna start that. And then I'm also gonna grab Whisper CCP, right? Okay, so and then we're gonna go back. We're gonna say paste as plain text, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna click install. Yeah, imagine how I feel, Nighthawk. I'm doing this live. I've got an audience of very, very supportive people that I super appreciate, if I'm being honest. I'm going to click start. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I feel like... Okay, let's also do this, right? I should be able to do this from here as well, I think. Paste. Sanctuary updater, right? That's good. And click... Just give me control of mouse, dude, right? But I got to learn this too. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to... Okay, so we're going to do Watchdog. We're going to click start. Okay, so now we've gone through all of the add-ons. I think you guys have helped me through that. Okay, so there currently isn't an official Llama CCP integration, so we'll use extend open, head over to hacks and search for that. I feel like we did that. I did that out of order. We're gonna go to hacks. Paste. Damn it. All right, hold on. To install that, head over to hacks, panel in the sidebar, search for extended OpenAI. But I feel like we've got that, right? Like I feel like we did that a minute ago. I want to make sure. Settings. I don't remember where it was though. This is where I get there's so many different places that seem like they should all be in the same area that aren't. Services, two services, extended OpenAI conversation. Okay, we did that. Okay. And then we did we did that. We've got this part done. So now head over to settings and devices, click all the installed voice add-ons should be auto-detected by Wyoming. If not, I think we did that as well, right? For all of the Wyoming stuff, devices and services, we're going to come back to here, devices and services. We've got Wyoming here, right? And we've got an assisted microphone, we've got open wakeboard, we've got Piper. Now we want to click add integration and search for, oh, hold on. Yeah. Can we do this yet? Whisper, I thought we did Whisper CPP already. I was sure that we did. Oops, come on. We're going to copy this. Okay, we're going to come back to here. Go to hacks. But in Wyoming. Okay, settings, devices and services, Wyoming. That doesn't say anything there. Add service, right? Okay, so okay, so let's go back to go to localhost and the port from the Whisper. Okay, hold on. The port from the Whisper CPP add. I don't. Okay. Add-ons, add-on store, settings, add-ons. See, Whisper is right here though. Configuration. So copy. Damn it. copy, paste. So in Wyoming, I need to do that. I misunderstood. I'm going to get there eventually, right? We're going to go to here. We're going to add a service. We're going to do localhost. I could type localhost, and then we're going to click submit. Okay, there's Whisper. Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay, so Pep, I think we're good now. Right, we've got assist microphone, open wake word Piper. Okay, look, I'm glad we got there. I'm glad it's there. That's good. So that's there. Okay. So I think we're back down. Click add integration. Devices and services. Add integration. Wait, this is okay. Hold on. Service local host. Okay. All right. So then this next part is going to be in Wyoming. And this is for the extended OpenAI conversation bit. And this should be local host. Come on. Paste. Right? Right? Submit. Unless I need to restart. Nope, it didn't. Okay, what am I missing here? And you'll add Wyoming by clicking add service and localhost. We need to add a new integration. I'm okay. And it's this one, this extended OpenAI conversation. I click add integration. Paste. Right. Okay. All right. Jay, I appreciate your vote of confidence there. I really do. Okay. So this extended OpenAI conversation portion here, right? Okay, and this is what we're going to enter into that. That's where I was getting myself confused. Okay, so the base URL, I call this, we're going to paste that, right? That should be fine. And I need to give it a name and an API key. For the base URL, enter this. For the API, okay, enter anything I want. All right. I'm going to call this local AI. And I'm just going to mash my keyboard a little bit. That should be fine, right? In the configuration, change the chat model. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to do this. Click submit. Okay, finished. Okay, no devices or entities. Interesting. Okay. In the configuration, change the chat model to a Hugging Face repository name like this. Cool. We're just going to do that. Copy. So the chat model, we're going to come over to here. Chat model, because we're not using GPT. We're going to print. Whoa, that is not what I meant to print. Or do I meant to click paste, right? So, okay. So then in theory, right, probably want to tweak the prompt and make sure to enable control Home Assistant. That's true. That's a good point. I don't remember. I think it's down here further. Fine. Name the message, tools. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say submit. Great. System options. Cancel. Where is it? Configure. Thought it was in here somewhere. Where is it? Finish. It's called use tools. Use tools. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. So we're good with integrations, I think. I think we've done all of the steps here. Okay, we did that. We did that. Okay. I think integrations is good to go at this point. I hope that's the case anyway. So voice assistant, this is where it all comes together. In settings, voice assistants. Okay, so we're going to go settings and then voice assistants. Right? And then selecting the Home Assistant and configure the following items. Okay, Home Assistant, configure the following items. The conversation agent added here an extended AI, which would be the local AI. Right, so hold on. Let's see. Conversation agent, the configuration added in there. Conversation agent is what I said to do there. Then I think I want to do commands locally, right? Like the command will first local AI conversation agent. The local agent doesn't handle this to be sent. I feel like, should I enable prefer handling commands locally here? I feel like that's something I would want to do. Speech to text. Whisper. Text to speech is Piper. I actually like Danny here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Thank you, Nighthawk. I appreciate it. Okay. Then head over to the Expose app. Select the entities. Okay. Update. Expose new entities. Right, let's see here. Then head over to the Expose app and select the entities that you want AI to be able to see and control. Right? It probably doesn't matter. All right. How is that the local switch was to bypass as it AI? Probably. Like Jay said over on YouTube, it probably doesn't matter because you're spoofing the OpenAI handler, which is probably a fair point, but you know, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Let me think. Let's see. All right. Go to add. Wait, what? Go to add new. Oh, expose. Oh, I gotcha. I don't really have anything in here. Hold on. I'm reading here. Go back, then add new entities. Oh, expose. Okay. Right. All right. I just want to see. I don't know where. I genuinely don't know where this plant stuff is coming from. That's really weird. This is Shelly. Yeah, I just choose a couple of the tests. Yeah, I don't want to. Hold on. Let me just do this. Let me go to here. Let me go to devices and services, Home Assistant voice. Let's add that. Submit. I should really compare this to my live version of Home Assistant, just so that I can more easily remember what other stuff I've got in here that I can quickly add. Devices and services. Oh, I can do that. That'll be fine. So it's thinking here for this couple of those steps. We're going to do that. Interesting. Voice is unable to connect to the Home Assistant. Interesting. I'm going to try again, just real quick here. Like it detected it, obviously. It saw it there. Now I just got to figure out why. Right. That's better. Sorry, the light here. Oh, that's different. It was just this like blinding white thing. So I was toggling through to like, can I just press and hold it? Of course not. I'm just trying to get it. God, there's so many settings in here. Oh, I might have screwed myself. I was really hoping it would just, there it is, turn off. Desktop, here we go. All right. Text chat. Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. So we're gonna close this for right now. What I want to do, I'm just gonna add like Elgato, QWE, Elgato, because I do have Elgato Lite. Oh crap, I don't know. Hold on. Let's do this. Elgato Lite, edit, cancel. Elgato Lite. Man, I was really hoping it would give me the IP address here. 3 entities. Network. Edit. Sorry, I'm looking over in this other screen trying to find that. I was really hoping that it was going to. So Elgato is there. Elgato Lite. Darn it. I was really hoping it was just going to pull it in. Of course, it wants me to do that. You get. When I can't do that, that's magical. Yeah, sign in. Really, sign in. I'm just trying to get logged into my stuff so I can get an IP address. Man, like it shouldn't be this difficult, but security and stuff, you know. Copy that, paste that, and then devices. No, there. Wireless. Oh, come on. Elgato, right there. Why are you being like this? Okay, copy. All right, let's try this. Paste, submit, device name, Elgato write in the studio, finish, right? There it goes. Okay, I know you can't really see that, but it's working. That's something. That is definitely something. All right. Come back over to there. Okay. Text chat. All right. So let's over here. All right, Home Assistant. How can I help? All right, turn on the light in the studio. Okay, that was impressive and very fast. Kind of confusing. HA has like 3 different places to install stuff. Dude, right? Pep says it's actually kind of confusing that Home Assistant has like 3 different places to install stuff that did not use the LLM though. Okay. Then how do you suggest we do that? Now you have to get the voice to work. This is the prefer local fallback. Oh, you need to expose the light to it. Right. Right. Okay. So then we need to go. Voice assist. Okay, hold on. You're saying I need to ask it a more complex question. Ask it a random question. What was the population of the United States in 2000? I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's giving me dots. Right, loading. Okay. If you open the Llama CPP logs, you can see what's happening. All right, well, let's copy this. Oh, we got this open. Oh, it's downloading the model. Okay. So, so now help me find the CPP logs for that. Is that in Wyoming or is that somewhere else? Oh, right here. Llama CPP logs. I might have found them. Okay, add-ons. So this is for Llama CPP. I also want to look at. I thought there was something else I wanted to look at. Whisper logs. I don't think there's really. That's Whisper. Okay. Open wake word. I don't think there's anything going on there. That's fine. Yeah, let's look at Llama CPP. Go back to logs. Yeah, 503. Remember, means server unavailable. Okay, so it's loading the weights. Okay. Oh, here we go. So it just took it a minute. According to the Census Bureau, population of the United States in year 2000 was 281,421,906. Copy, and then let's try this again. This time we're going to do 2020. Let's see what it does here. We've got logs over, so it's still pulling. There's a lot of these 503 errors in here. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I mean, obviously some of you can, but it's a lot of 503s here. Log server request. Still thinking. Still a lot of these chat completion 503 errors. Yeah, it restarted. Yeah. I say yeah, like yeah, I'm acknowledging. I'm not trying to like talk down. According to the United States, okay, so it did it, but man, that was less than ideal. So and you can actually see that's kind of cool. Maybe uncheck the local processing first. Okay, let's see. Where was that? I am so bad at remembering. Look, my sense of direction, um, which I'm using an RX 7600 XT, 16 gig. Yeah, oh, and voice assistance. Thank you. Voice assistance, right? And then we're going to edit this one, right? I'm going to uncheck that, right? Prefer handling commands locally. That was the thing we checked. So we're going to click update. So now that would it be at all beneficial if I were to restart, or would that just be wasting everybody's time for 30 seconds? Let's do this. I think, yeah, okay, okay, hold on. Let's come back over to here. Let's just do this, right? Click paste and look over. We're gonna go to here. We're gonna go to devices and services, Wyoming. Oh, damn it. Where was it? There it is. Refresh. Reboot wouldn't hurt, right? So we unchecked the local processing. It is still really thinking hard about that. Okay, yeah. So it's definitely, so it's so weird. Still processing. Okay, we undid that. And it gave us a same but different answer, right? Before it gave us, a 9-digit answer, and here it's like 281.4 million people. Yeah, I agree. Let's do this. I'm a tab whore. I don't know what to tell you. Settings, system. We're gonna click restart here, right? And restart. Yeah, I think we all agree at this point. A restart's probably the best option to make sure that we're all doing, or we're hopefully getting the right information here. So I guess while that's doing its thing, drink. All right. What is this? I have a thing over here. What is that? I don't know. Oh, okay. Shelly started. Home Assistant started. All right. Yeah, you're still scrambled from all that installing. Yeah, probably. Okay. Well, then let's. Oh, hold on. Let's come over to here. Where was it? There we go. I'm going to reload this. I just want to make sure. Okay. So our Llama CCP or CPP logs are here, right? So that's good. Then I want to drag this over so that I can find it more easily. So these two will just be right next to each other. I'm going to close this. I'm going to start a new chat, right? How many people on planet Earth? Okay. Oh, okay. Well, let me see what this does first. Okay. Also, just point of interest, the fans on the GPU are now spinning, and like the card is warm, so it's definitely doing something. I wish this gave like timestamps. like I don't know that it matters. Full width, that's fine, whatever. I really wish this gave timestamps because I think it would be easier to troubleshoot and that sort of thing. Because it's still thinking. Um, oh, there. Okay, it's thinking more. Okay, wait, hold on. I want to go back up to here. Yeah, right here, right there's our GPU. Shared memory. Right. So it's recognizing the card. That's good. I'm actually really stoked to see that. Seems kind of stuck. All right. Because honestly, my first here's so my first concern was that it wasn't. Pick up some more. Gave a Vulkan error that crashed Llama CCP. Okay. Oh, was it this that you're talking about? Um, Pep, would it be helpful if I downloaded these logs and sent them to you over on Discord? Because I can do that if it would help you at all. Um, yeah, right. Yeah, I think this is what you were talking about. Um, but yeah, if it would help you, I'm happy. Not really. Okay, I wasn't sure. Um, okay, so it finally did answer. Um, let's do this. What lights are on? Okay, that was fast. Okay, that actually um, did something there. Server disconnected. All right. All right. So I did. Okay, I did find the error. That makes me feel good that I was able to at least read that part. Um, is there? Do you have any suggestions on what the time the AI is taking to give the replies? Almost like it's running only on the CPU. Right. I agree with that. File size is 4.5 gigs. Like, but if like we saw earlier, like it recognizes the card right there on Vulkan. Shared memory is this number seems wrong to me. Um, let me. Oh darn it! Hold on. Let me do this. Darn it. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, you could go to the settings, voice assistant. Let's do that. Settings. Actually, I don't want to lose that. We're going to do it over here. We're going to go to settings. We're going to go to voice assistant. Click on the three dots to the right. Click debug. See what the stall point is. Chat running to see what the stall point is. Oops. This says processed locally false. Raw, nothing there. Offloading. Pepgen says it also says offloading 33. Maybe reboot the whole box. That's not a terrible idea. We've just been reloading. Reloading Home Assistant in itself. Let's just do that, I guess. System. We'll do this, right? It's behind my head. I apologize. Um, let's just click reboot the system. we'll do a full reboot. Okay, the fans have stopped on the GPU. It's still warm. So it tells me that I feel like it's doing something with the GPU, though I'm not entirely sure what. Everything is seated properly. It recognized the card. We demonstrated that. Part. AI is taking too long. Yep. We did that. Click on the three dots. Okay, we did that. Sort of. Pass through. Yeah. Vulkan. Okay, so we're doing that. All right, let's. It's reconnecting, so we're going to give it a minute, I suppose. There's really nothing here to see as far as what's going on there. Everything is like the fans are running. I just stuck my finger in this GPU fan. I guess we'll wait for this to reboot. Like I said, everything is seated properly from what I can tell. We're just going to hang out for a moment. I wish the board had an M.2 on it. I feel like the GPU takes up all the PCIe slots that the M.2 would use. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm not a hardware guy at all when it comes to that stuff. So I feel like the GPU would take up basically all of the PCI Express slots or lanes, not slots, lanes. But again, there's only one PCI lane, right? That was kind of what I was thinking. So that's interesting. This little light right here is flashing, indicating that it's doing something. You know what I can do though? Sometimes I question myself. I don't know why I didn't come over here first. We'll give this a second. Because that was just like the shutdown script, basically. Southbridge that handles USB. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, all right. So this says that it's back up. Oh, and if we come over to here to desktop, everything here is loading back up. So that's good. Glad to see that. Savag, yeah, you're late. But no worries. You can always rewatch, or scroll back or whatever. We're just doing some troubleshooting. Disconnect the onboard graphics. It's causing Vulkan to crash. There was a place for a hat. Okay. All right. Well, let's reload this. Okay. Configuration. That's fine. This is all fine. Llama. Let's Whisper. Whisper is running. Open wake word is running. It's all running. Take out the HDMI. Do you think that could be causing the issue? Vulkan error, and somebody just gets that right groove. Huh. Jay brings up an interesting idea. Let's do another test. Let's go back over to there. Let's go to logs, right? Let's come back to our home page just so we can easily get to here. Right, and then let's say, what is the most recent population of Colorado? Okay, so I've posed a question, pulling a lot of 503s here. Let's see what it's doing over here. You know what I could do? I could simplify this at least a little bit so that we can kind of see these next to each other, at least for the moment. Yeah. I feel like we're getting a lot of this. There, it's okay. It did something there. Oh, that's your wrapper probing. If okay. That was faster, but I also want to. I also want to. I also want to. I also want to check this idea that Jay has brought up as far as it not releasing the onboard graphics, because I do have um, because I do have this HDMI port plugged in, so that we can honestly it was so that we could look at this, from the Home Assistant, like the boot up screen for the system. And I wonder if that isn't causing part of our issue here. Um, right? Yeah, we don't need no stinking API. Um, okay, let's do this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to give it a different question. All right, let's do that. Um, okay. Did it? All right. Okay. Um, I think at this point, there's our Vulkan. Offload layers to GPU. Offloading output to GPU. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Not that that matters. I'm going to unplug. Just cause, right? I'm going to unplug this, and I'm going to set this HDMI cable to the side so that it's not anywhere near. Not that it matters. It's unplugged. That was weird. And then I'm going to close this. I'm going to come into settings. You can't see that because I'm dumb. And then I'm going to come down to system. We're going to do a full reboot again without the HDMI port being plugged in. We're going to click reboot. And I guess we're just going to hang out for a minute. Um, um, so let's see what this does. Over in Twitch, Pep said, I have a tinfoil hat suggestion. Try rebooting whisper.cpp to jiggle the VRAM bytes a bit. I don't know. Yeah, let's just reboot the whole system, see what happens. Everything is going to take a minute, I think. I'm really glad that you guys are here for this. And it's not. The reason I say that is because, again, it's kind of like what I said earlier. Sometimes the moral support is nice. I'm glad that other people are witnessing this in real time, um, because I would feel like I was losing my mind, like I was doing something wrong. I'm really glad to have you guys here to point me in different directions, to help me think about things, or show me things, or tell me to go places I wouldn't have thought of. So this is super helpful for me, to have you guys here along for the ride, especially Pep and his co-founder, um, so that they can see in real time what I'm experiencing. So maybe they've got ideas as we're going, that will help. That will help. I think just full stop. Uh, um, Pipster42 says yes, the struggle hurts sometimes. So like it's definitely GPU cranking away, but HA service is getting in the way of the speed. Yeah, that's really strange. I don't know. I Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here to help me with this, because sorry, I'm looking for something and I'm not sure what I did with it. It doesn't matter at this point. GPU drivers on the Raspberry Pi are a bit experimental. Yeah. The other thing, and I don't know if it matters one way or the other, I don't know what the firmware is on this 7600 XT. I picked it up on eBay weeks ago. It's been sitting on my shelf over there. That you can kind of catch the edge of. It was sitting on that shelf for a long time. Um, so I don't know what firmware is on this card. Um, okay, so we're booted back up. It's starting the different protocols. Let's reload that. Um, I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, okay, so it's doing stuff over here. It looks like. Again, I really wish the logs. Oh, Rodog, thank you so much for that. That was really nice of you for that donation. That was really nice. I appreciate that. Um, okay, so we've got this. Let's go back to here. Let's go back to our home. Let's go to overview. Oops. Let's drag this over here a little bit. There we go. We'll come back to this screen in a minute. We'll do what lights are on. And Collins, thank you for the membership donations. That was really nice. I do have the companion app. The problem is, I'm using it as my camera that I'm talking to you guys on right now, because that's what I had to do. So unfortunately, I can't use that right now. Okay, this is giving better information. It was still slow, um, but earlier it gave me like the entity name instead of the human readable name. So this was different than it gave me last time. Um, so I don't know if you guys caught anything in that setup there. Hey, what's up? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. She brought me tea. Oh, that's really good. It's very fresh. Let's see. It's slower now. Um, yeah, big fan of iced tea or tea in general. And I only get certain types of tea. I've got this weird medical thing. I can't have certain types of tea. So, um, anyway, let's ask it another general question. What is the population of let's say the UK? And then we're going to come over to here. Machine running mic assist. So it rebooted again. Interesting. I don't know. Pep, can you tell me what it is you're looking for there when you say it rebooted again? Um, Okay, look, it was faster than it has been that time, moderately. Um, if it keeps running, it only prints the tokens. Okay. Just keep spamming it a bit, huh? Okay. Copy. We're gonna do paste. Let's do Scotland. Oh, Jorge Gomez, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. That was really nice of you. Oh, kid's getting ready for lunch. I can hear his alarm going off in there. Um, or reboot Whisper. Um, all right. Well, let's let it finish this. We don't want to give it or update Llama CPP. Okay, let's try. It keeps running. Okay. That is getting a bit in the weeds. I agree. Um, the GPU is an RX 7600 XT with 16 gigs of VRAM, so I don't think the GPU is too slow. Um, do I yeah. So anyway, all right. Let's go back to here. Right. YAML tutorials. I do not have any YAML tutorials on my channel for Home Assistant. I actually haven't done a lot of Home Assistant content here on the channel, but I feel like that's going to change. Um, yeah, 16 gigs. Although that brings up an interesting point. Let me do this. I want to look. Yeah, this. Which one did we use? Hold on. We did the 8B, which I think is this one, is 8 gigs. Right? If it's the one I'm thinking of, it should be. All right, okay, hold on. Let's go back to here. Go to here. We're going to go to voices. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Voice assistants. That's supposed to run in. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Home Assistant. Darn it. I am so bad at remembering where stuff is. It's under Wyoming, right? Oh, here it is. All right. Llama. Right, this is the one I should reboot, I think, right? Hold on. Try rebooting Whisper. Okay, let's reboot Whisper. Let's come into here. Let's restart Whisper just to see what happens. Loop back to where you pasted the Hugging Face model. Okay, let me see here. Hold on. For voice. Sorry, I'm just looking in there. Configuration. Thought it was there. I don't know, man. I'm so bad at remembering where things are. Devices and services extended to OpenAI. It's in Voice Assistant, isn't it? Voice Assistant. Was it in here? No. AI. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember. I'm so bad at remembering where that is because there's so many different places to find things in Home Assistant, and I get so lost. I get so lost. Let's go back to here. Okay, hold on. The configuration. So this was under Wyoming. That's where we need to go, I think. Under add-ons. No. Devices and services. It's under Wyoming. Oh, I'm Pep. I'm trying to remember where we put the Hugging Face model. System options. No. Cancel. And I get so there's so many things in Home Assistant, and I can never remember what goes where and how. Open AI integrations. Okay, so hold on. Add-ons. I don't. Devices and services. Devices and services extended. Okay, OpenAI. There it is. Okay, thank you. Is it down here? It's right there. Okay. So, is there anything else in here that we should modify other than possibly this model? I'm all up for changing whatever we think might help in here. I don't know if there's anything else. Use tools, content threshold, clear all. Like I don't know. Is there maybe a different model we should try? Is there nothing relevant to the crash? I think you could try another model. Okay. Do we have a suggestion for a different model? Try to run a Llama 3.2 with 1 billion parameters. Oops, darn it. Llama 3.2. That's 3 billion. That's 8 billion. Let's do 3.2. So this one, I would think then, it's the Meta Llama 3.2, 1 billion. Right? In theory, let's copy that. Let's paste. Right? Is this the one you're talking about running? Possibly 1 billion parameters. I feel like it should be that one. Does it not give? Does it give a size, files, and versions? No. On a tablet or phone? Yeah, that one. Okay. All right. Well, let's just try this to see what happens. Oh, but you need a GUFF. Okay. Thank you both for catching me on that. Here we go. Right. That's a Hugging Face model. 3.2, 1 billion. Hold on. Now I gotta go find Twitch. I think is over here. I'm gonna have to copy. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this one. Okay, cool. Did I really just do that? Click search. That's the 3B. Okay. Okay, well, let's just run this then. We'll use the Hugging Face, but we'll use the Bartowski Llama 3.23b instruct GGUF. I don't know what GGUF is, or GGUF. I don't know what that is, but that's the one we're going to run with, right? We're going to finish. Let's just reload, right? Because configure, let's just make sure that it's still there, right? Everything here looks good to everyone, I think. All right. So then in theory, right, we should be able to, oops. Let's do this. Let's also pull up that. Then it might not be a bad idea to probably reload this, I would think. Right? Oh, thank you for explaining that. The GGUF is GPT Generated Unified Format. Really good to know. Thank you. I'm going to restart it again because I don't remember if I clicked it. All right. That says it's going. Log. Okay. Right? So we've got our new. Right? So we've got this. Settings. Overview. All right. Wrapper should, yeah. I restarted it just because. All right, Home Assistant. That's the one with the star next to it. That's the one we're working on. What? Damn it! Get your fingers in the right spot. What is the population of Denver? Okay. We can see that it's loaded the new instruction set. Did it up there, for that matter. We can see our GPU is here. Downloading. Okay, we're getting our 400s and our 403s. Wait, what was that? Hold on. Thought I saw something else there. Interesting. Geography population not found. You can see it's Q4. So there it is trying to load. We're going to do it again. Because it was the first time we asked it anything on that model. It's thinking. It's thinking still. Holy cow. It should be almost instant, right? That's what I'm confused about. Hold on. What was... Oh, where did it go? was this one. So I'm trying to see. I was hoping it would tell me what or how big this is. It shouldn't. This card is big enough that it should be able to run this, I would think. But I wanted to see if it told me how big this model was. And I just don't see. Right? Like the fans over here, like the card is warming up, the fans are spinning, it's doing stuff, and I just don't understand. Okay. Yeah, like I don't know what the model size is. That's what I was trying. Model and falling back to something else. 4-bit parameter. Okay, so an 8B model would be about 4 gigs. 1.3 gigs is what this is supposed to be. It's so weird that it's right. So this should be like a gig and a half, which was confirmed over on YouTube chat saying 1.3 gigs, which is so weird. Like I genuinely like I can't help but wonder if the issue is maybe the card. I've tested the card. Restart Llama so we can see the local port used. All right, that's fair. Let's close this. I don't care about that right now. Let's go back to here. We're gonna go Llama. We're gonna click restart. Logs. I don't know if it's gonna show us. Yeah. Oh, 8234. I think. 8756. A couple of different. Like Llama CPP is running. This says on 8765. I saw 8234 in here. Did I put something? Did I screw that up? That's what I thought. Like I thought I saw. Oh, I don't remember where it was now. But 8234, I thought was what I saw in there. So where did it go? There it is. No, there it is. Holy cow! There it is. All right. It's the proxy wrapper. Okay. So are we configuration? Suppose on the add-on. So then do we agree that the ports are correct? That everything there is fine? Again, I'm just kind of shooting in the dark here. Because I remember something about adding, yeah, 8765, right? Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Configuration is 8765. So that 8234 or whatever was your wrapper then, if I understand right, Pep. Is that correct? Sorry, checking. Fans have shut off. Any logs in Whisper? Let's find out. Whisper. Logs. Scrolling up. Okay, there is enable debug logs and download. Setting system logs. Isn't it in here? I thought it was in here. Where are debug logs? Speech to text. Oops. Damn it, where were we? That's weird. System options, that's fine. How are we on system memory? How are we on system memory? And then let's go to setting. Oh, no, we're going to close this. System, isn't it? And where? Analytics? No. Settings. Let's do, hold on. Where? About. And I was really hoping that it would show somewhere in here. What our system resources are. General network storage, system, probably system hardware. That makes sense. Here we go. Let's look. Yeah, no, we've got plenty of memory. Lots of memory. So that's good. I mean, I'm glad to see that. Processors at 3%. All of this looks fine. Whisper. Okay, let's go over to here. Settings. Add-ons. Whisper. Configuration. Voice. Yeah, okay. Logs. Let's say 2. Right. Oops. Let's look at Llama and look at logs here. Yeah, like I often don't know what I'm looking at in some of this stuff. Two devices, any logs and whispers. So do we update the core and see if that fixes anything? Obviously not the OS. We don't have the new kernel ready for that, but do we update the core and see if that fixes it? Like again, I think we're all just kind of grasping at straws here. Because it's recognizing everything appropriately. I feel right, like it recognized the GPU. It recognized. Oops, scroll down. Wait, hold on. Let's do this right, just real quick. I'm not real worried about that. We'll just click update. We're gonna see if updating the core helps. All right, let's go back to Llama real quick. While that's updating, and go to logs. Scrolling a bit past the exception in Llama CCP. I don't know how far up you need me to scroll, JD. Oh. Well, and now we've lost it. We're gonna have to wait till it comes back up. Oh, my bad. Okay, so this is up to date. Here, this is to sorry, I'm just scrolling through so JD can. Uh, all right, well, let's just see. All right, this is all running. Llama is running. That's good. Uh, Whisper shouldn't matter at this point because we're not using that. We're not using Open Wake Word. All of this. Okay, let's go back to here. Oops, actually, I lied. Um, let's keep this open. Let's go to logs. Overview, chat. Um, uh, Turn off the light in the studio. Okay. Interesting. Where you set the model, any client-side options. Um, let's go back. It was under. Damn it, we just did this. We just did this. Um, yeah. Devices and services, Elgato. Yeah, I'm not calling it that. Rename. Studio Light. Whoa. Studio Light. Hold on. Oh. Studio Light. Huh. um, Interesting. Fans are spinning on the card, so it's chat from Llama 3X. Wonder. Yeah, I don't know. Nighthawk says maybe we work on it more off camera and do a stream tomorrow. Maybe I don't know. I'm super. I mean, obviously, I'm not the only one. Who's confused here. It's strange, right? Like it's just strange to me. Um, Configuration, that's fine. Extended OpenAI, right? All right, so. All right. Jay asked a second ago, when you set the model into client-side options, as far as client-side options, we've got our prompt template, we've got our chat model, maximum tokens to return in response, and then, oh, damn it, I scrolled through that and it changed it. We've got top P, we've got temperature, maximum functions to call per conversation, and then functions, attach username to message, use tools, context threshold, and clear all messages. So I don't know if there's anything in those settings that that changes anything. I think it's an issue with the Hugging Face inference API. Jay says, I think it's an issue with the Hugging Face inference API. I'm not enough of a developer to agree or disagree with any of that. So I don't know if Pep has any input or if his co-founder has any input there. That is a good question that I just don't have the answer to. I don't know if anything in here needs to change. I don't know if we use, again, like this. I think all is good except the Vulkan bugs. So is that likely then a driver issue with between like the Raspberry Pi and the GPU? Is that what we're maybe assuming then, Pep? Again, this is way outside my scope of knowledge. I'm not. In fact, I think I've even said several times in my videos, like I'm not an API guy, so I don't know how that might all play out. Still running stuff over here. Fans are still spinning. Again, I don't know if there's anything in there that needs to change. Yeah, I think it's a kernel bug that's causing Llama's CPP to crash. What do you think the likelihood is then that the version 16 kernel fix or the kernel update will fix? Do you think that's likely? And if you don't have an answer, that's fine, obviously, because we're still trying stuff here at this point. But yeah, that would be my question, I suppose. I guess I could bring this over. Let's bring this over here. Okay. Let's see. I'm currently compiling and uploading new versions. Okay. Interesting. Well, Then do we think? Let's see. Might not. It might be that that changes something. That's fair. Um, then do. It seems to be something peculiar with memory alignment, but I'm not sure. Oh, I guess I could bring this up to there. Although that's not going to help you guys with troubleshooting this. I apologize. Oh, geez. So many things there. Let's turn that back off. Interesting. Then then I wonder if we don't. I wonder if we don't just kind of. I wonder if we don't do what Nighthawk said earlier um, and see if we can't get this fixed offline, or so that we're not on stream anyway. Um, and I wonder if we troubleshoot this in the background and make another attempt at this live stream maybe next weekend, which I know isn't ideal, because I think I really want this to work. I really want this to work, but I've noticed, you know what? Screw this. I've noticed that there have been some updates recently um, to Home Assistant that have caused me some other issues. Again, like I was working um, on this Seed Studio Home Assistant thing earlier this week, and ran into a bunch of issues that were a result of the update to Home Assistant breaking the compatibility of the firmware on this device. So I had to find a different YAML file to configure this and then compile my own custom firmware for that device. So I don't know. I feel like some of the new updates to Home Assistant, I'm sure they're going to be great once the bugs are worked out, but it's causing a lot of bugs right now, even from my experience with this setup. And that's interesting to me. That It's just interesting to me that that's what's going on, and I feel like that's probably what's going on, is that the new kernel is doing weird things. And I say that I feel like the new kernel isn't. Not everybody's caught up to it because it's so new, that I think it's going to cause some possible issues and that sort of thing. But again, I'm not a hardware guy. I'm not a driver guy. I'm not an API guy. So this is just kind of me thinking with my monkey brain and spitting it out, hoping that somebody who is smarter than me will have a better response, because I don't know. Do Jaw says just joined. Are you using a recommended model for the tool you're installing? Yeah, we tried that. We've tried a couple of different models that were in theory supported, and still running into issues. Jay says if Vulkan crashed in Llama CPP, it will say received signal SIGSEV. SIGEV? Interesting. Um, um, F, SIG. Yeah, when I search for that over there we go. If I do a search in here for that, there doesn't appear to be anything in there for that. So I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. Um, this one worked for me. Now Mistral. What? There's a search logs area. Is there? Maybe I just can't see it because stuff's in the way. Well, that didn't help at all. Come on. Models. Let's go to here. System. Logs. Home Assistant Core. Llama CPP, search logs, SIG, and there's nothing there. Oh, well, I found it there too. I always like to find the hardware, or the hard way to find things. Oh yeah, search logs. There you go. Yeah, there's nothing. If I type in SIG, there's just nothing there. See. JD says this one worked for me. Now Mistral. I don't know what that means. I was also working on this and had fun times with models. They all seem to require tools now. Search of Vulkan. Okay. Vulkan. There's nothing there that I can see or that it can see. So I hope it's not case sensitive. It's no. If it was, it wouldn't be. So nothing showing up there. So I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure what's going on there. But I'm down to try whatever you guys want to throw at me to the best of my ability. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Look, AI is. Let's see. We could throw. Okay, let's try. Okay. Copy. JLogs. Hold on. Settings. Under voice assistance, I'm remembering. And we're gonna go into here. Damn it! No, come on. Thought it was under voice assistant. Damn it! Where did it go? I thought it was under there. Damn it! Turning off tool use. Oh, was that under here? I feel like it was under here. Damn it! Local AI conversation settings, add-ons, extended open a. Guys, give me just a second. Okay, sorry guys. Was just having to deal with the kid. He's fine. Devices and services. Thank you. Devices and services. Extended. We're gonna go into here. Is it in there? It is. It's right there. Paste. Okay. So here we got the Bartowski Quinn 2.57b instruct GGUF. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to click submit. We're going to go to there. All right. I go to here. Turn off. Oh, was it in there? Damn it. My bad. Turn off tools. Turn off tools. Okay, turned off tools. We're good there. Submit, finish. What was... Oh, I was already there. Damn it. Okay, is there anything else that I should do? Overview. That's that. Okay, that's that. All right, overview. Damn it, I also want to pull up those logs again. Settings, add-ons, logs. You know what? Just for the sake of it, we're going to do that. Hey, close that, please. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. Okay, so restart that again. We're going to go to logs. Okay. Let's do this. All right, and we'll bring this over to here. Like that. That's fine. Oh, geez. Like this. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. All right. Oops, a little further. All right. So it's gonna have to download first, right? Like I think we agree on that. It's downloading. I think that's what I'm seeing there. It looks right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Thanks, Nighthawk. Appreciate you. So it downloaded. We saw that. I think we agree on that. Processed some stuff, and now it's doing its standard Hugging Face stuff. Apparently, offloading layers to GPU, offloading Vulkan model buffer size about 4 gigs, CPU mapped buffer size about 300 megs. Prompt done. That's an interesting response. Back under your model definition. Okay. Well, then let's do this. That's really funny, though. Settings, add-ons, devices and services. Here, I'm going to click there. Make the max 250. So you're saying raise the max tokens to 250? Your max is 15. I don't know where... 150. Okay, then I'll set that to 250 then. Operation saved. Great. Llama, just for the hell of it, we're going to restart Llama. That's restarted. Over here, start this. Oregon. Oops, and logs. Okay, it offloaded the 4 gigs of the model to the GPU. It offloaded 300 megs to the CPU. So that's consistent with what we saw a minute ago. Python. So it said, hey, that's not part of your smart home setup. Would you like me to check the current status of your smart home devices instead? I said, yes. Another reboot. Interesting. Interesting. Whisper on the CPU. OS 16 is online. Okay. Downgrade Llama CPP. If you run the Sanctuary updater, it'll update. Okay, well, let's try that. All right, so we're going to go to settings. Is it devices and services? Or is it under add-ons? Or is it under hacks? It is under that's what I thought. Don't. On your screen. Oh, I gotcha. Do that. Okay, start. Okay. Okay. Configuration. Okay. Log. Need the to update the add-on. I'm just looking to see what's going on here. Okay, check the versions matched and exited. Okay. Okay, so current version. So then what do I do to update here? Because I don't feel like updating here is probably the right answer then, right? Under your face, there's a refresh button. I don't. Oops, damn it. There. In the add-ons screen. Add-ons store? I don't. This is what I hate about this is it's like there's this add-on store. It says add-on store, right? Or is it in the hacks add-on store? Like there's just so many places in Home Assistant where you can do like 9 different things that are, some of them are cross compatible and some of them aren't. And it's one of my biggest frustrations with Home Assistant is like so many different things are in multiple spots or in different spots or so and the sanctuary updater over here. I don't I because like there's this update. Add-ons, sanctuary updater. Oh, okay, thank you. This is all okay. I guess we'll run a backup update. Okay, thank you again. There's just says current version is 16. Okay. Okay, so now it looks like it's updating. Of course, it's in there twice. It's all right. Well, once this reconnects, we'll take a look at that. As far as the Llama CPP update possibility thing, give this a second. Fans are spinning. Man, I really should. Um, I really should figure out a way to put a fan like right here. Because like this is kind of blowing cool air, but with this being right next to this GPU, that's still pretty warm, and that's not hot to the touch. But it's warm, so maybe I should figure out a way to put a fan there. Hmm. Desktop. There we go. Just so we can kind of see what's going on here. Connection lost. Reconnecting. It's thinking about it. Yeah, an active cooler. Like I've got a fan around here somewhere. I'm sure I could use, and then plug into one of these headers over here would probably be fine. But just a little active cooling would probably be good, or at least not bad. Desktop. There we go. It's still thinking. Yeah, it couldn't hurt. I agree. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Now it's thinking better. Date. All right. So we're saying there's an update here as well, right? Should I do that? Should I not do that? Guess we can always save that if we need to. Should I do the update from 112 to 113 on Llama? I guess. Okay, well, we'll click update. More updates over here. We'll give this a second. Can't get him. All right, well, we'll give this a second, and then we'll look at the logs. And Jay says to look for this. I'm going to copy that so that when this comes back up, we can take a look. All right. If anything, you're a guinea pig. That's funny. All right, logs, loading logs. Failed to fetch, refresh. Oh, because it's rebooting again or restarting, not rebooting necessarily. Oh, it actually might be rebooting. Like this light was kind of like super dim for a second. So yeah, it looks like it's rebooting, restarting, whatever again. So we'll give it another minute to see what happens. That's the build that failed. Oh, well, that's fun. Well, I told it. Oh, I have a terrible feeling. Terrible feelings aren't good. HA needs a rebooting screen. It does. It's got this little banner across the bottom that says, "Hey," but it would be nice to have a something more than that. Stops the sanctuary updater from starting at boot. As soon as it reboots, it stops. Okay. Uh-oh. As soon as it reboots, stop the sanctuary. Okay, hold on. Sanctuary updater. Don't start at boot. Okay. And then should I stop the sanctuary updater? Like I've turned it off to the start at boot. Connection lost. Oh. I agree. So, Vaz over here on YouTube says would be nice even if it would show like a live log of what it's doing. The banner is just like I'm doing stuff, just random stuff. Yeah. Oh, it is now repeatedly updating from 15.2 to 15.2. I should not be pushing out updates under pressure. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, I turned off the start at boot. It's rebooting, or it's in the middle of rebooting again. So if this, hopefully, this will help slow things down a little bit. All right. I'm gonna do this. I want to see. Someone through this like the bars are closed and we need to get home. All right, let's see. You'll see that the still points. Go into the configuration. Hey, oh, right there. Oh, it does still point to 15.2 then. You're right. Should I change that to 16.0? Okay, I'll change that. 16.0. I'm going to just make sure. Oops, darn it. That is not what I wanted. Okay, cool. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that that was a link that was going to work. We're going to click save. Okay, so now we're on 16.2. Should I go ahead and start this now, or add start on boot? Would that fix, change, whatever, anything? Okay, so start on boot and start. It's not warm enough out there, is it, dude? Thank you. Appreciate it. No. Crap, did I do something wrong? What did I turn off that boot? Oh, disable start on boot. My bad. All right. Disable start on boot. I got you. All right. Shouldn't matter. Oh, I got you. Okay. So that's that. All right. Info. Right. Version and not go into boot loop. Okay. I got you. Death loop. I got you. Okay. Um, okay. So it's going to reboot. Jay says he doesn't have a check that says the firmware can't override the same version. That's an interesting point. I don't know if that's something that you can add, hopefully for the last time. Yeah. I think Jay brings up a valid point of having something in there um, that says don't, if this version is installed, don't reinstall this version. I think that would be cool if that could get added. It's a really good point. Um, is it? No, I can't. All right, whatever. It should do that if I don't lie about the version it's downloading. That's funny. All right. It's still thinking. But like it was said earlier, like Vaz said, it'd be nice if this said something like what it was actually doing, rather than just, hey, I'm doing stuff. Um, I always like to know what's going on. I'm not sure the version is embedded. Oh, gotcha. Huh. I don't know either. Don't know either. Okay, starting Wyoming protocol. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Let's go over to here. Okay, so we've got Llama and Piper. Both say they need updates or have updates available. So I'm not sure. All right, let's... Interesting. Damn it. Llama doesn't actually have a working update. That's funny. All right. Let's bring this over here. Let's do this. Let's go to logs, just so we can kind of see what might be going on over here. And let's drag this back over to here, I suppose. All right, let's do this. Turn. You know what? I don't think this is going to work. What is the population of Denver? So again, it pushed 4 gigs to the GPU and 300 megs to the CPU. Oh, right. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. Copy. I didn't find anything there. Take word search off. What? Yeah, let's do this real quick. So Llama crashed. Something crashed. Oh. You're right. But where we've lost, I don't know. It just says connection lost. That's strange. Of course, I can't look at logs now. We'll give it a second. Settings. System logs. That was just now. Site package is Google. This was... where did it go? This is off, right? So Sanctuary Updater isn't doing its thing there. The Home Assistant core logs are here. This was, again, I wish there were timestamps here because I don't know when this happened. This is live. Okay, the service. Okay, that's that. We're now actually on 16. What the hell? Settings. About... Yeah, operating system here says 16. Refresh. Llama CPP. is on 112, 113 is still available, so that's not it. Operating system here again says 16, so that is something. And our only two updates are Llama and Piper at this point. If we keep chatting, does Llama crash again? That's the question, right? Let's look at this, just so we've got this screen up over here so we can look at the logs. What is on in my... What is on? But of course, we're also still using the Llama 3.2. Wait, would Home Assistant be used in an SMB? Like in a small business, it could. So the more layers of the language model are set to run on the GPU, the faster it will run. To use all layers in Llama CPP, it should be set to number 1 or to -1. And GPU layers should be -1. I don't know if that's something I can set. Self-wrap create, well, I don't know what that was. Server got itself into trouble. At least it's very self-aware. Nothing with NGPU layer here. Make sure I don't have anything hidden in there. Send you this log? Sure. Let me delete this. Download that. Let's just do that, I suppose. Download. Yep, keep. All right, then I'm going to come over to here, and I'm going to find this. And then we're going to drag this over to there. Cool, Pep, you've got that in Discord if you want to take a look at that. Now that we're on Home Assistant 16, I wonder if we don't update to 113. I don't know if that would make any difference. I haven't done obviously any troubleshooting with that. So I don't know if that has any potential to change or fix anything. Your guess is way better than mine at this point. It can't be more broken. Just so strange. 113 doesn't have a working Docker image. Need to debug it. Okay. Yeah, that's... But if it doesn't find any entries for NGPU later, doesn't it mean that it's actively ignoring the GPU? It has 29 layers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. That sounds right. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. But if 113 isn't compatible, then I don't think we want to do that. From what I see, NGPU layers determines how many layers the model are offloading to your GPU. If it's not present, it's not even using it. Yeah, see, this is all outside the scope of my knowledge. I am very much not all that into this depth of self-hosting AI. I'm not knowledgeable in this arena at all. Um, so need to debug it. It's offloading layers to the GPU correctly. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad that we've got confirmation from Pep on that. I'm assuming digging through the actual logs at this point to see what's going on. Vaz says, "Do note that my knowledge is also limited on it. I might be completely wrong. That's fair. I didn't know anything about layers and that sort of thing until this live stream. So that's where I am on this. So let's see. Let's try something else. I'm just curious. Nope. Devices and services. What was that? Desk. I don't think there's much left to try right now. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, honestly. I think at this point, it's probably better to wrap up for now and maybe do disabling add-ons we're not using. Let's see. Settings, add-ons, like assist microphone, probably Piper and Whisper. In hacks. All right, let's go over to here. Wait, where? All right, let's go back to add-ons. Let's disable some add-ons first. So we're not currently using Piper, right? So let's, because that is text to speech. We're not using Piper. We're going to stop Piper. All right. We're also not using Open Wake Word because that's also voice. That is not running. Assist microphone we are not using. Okay, so right now, wait, Whisper. So I think at this point we've just got Whisper and Llama running. Everything else looks like it's been disabled. Does anybody have any input on that? Because I am all ears. Oh, we're also not using Whisper. Okay, then I will disable that one as well. Sorry, I'm just getting this open. All right. Okay, so right at this point, we've just got Llama, right? That should be good. Just for the sake of whatever, restart it. just because. Just want to see kind of what's going on here. Right. So back to overview. You know what? I want to do this because this is a known working model based on your stuff, right? So settings. Let me see if I can find it. We're gonna no devices and services. Extended comma there. No, damn it. Thought it was there. Damn it, I thought it was there. There it is. I was right. I just scrolled past it. Paste. We're gonna go back to the one that you suggested. Right. I do this 250. We're going to do that. We're going to submit. We're going to submit settings. Actually, I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to restart Llama one more time since we switched models. Oops. No, cancel. Don't uninstall. Go to logs. Okay. Overview. We're going to go here. We're going to do this. It's the population of Boston. And depending on what happens here, we will absolutely take a look at your last Hail Mary. So, okay, so wait, hold on. So it answered the question and then is apparently rebooting. If you top down, I've got this. Let me disable that. Like this light's flashing a lot more. Like it's rebooting. Sanctuary. Going to get rid of this. Damn it, get rid of that. No. Get rid of that. Starting Wyoming protocol. I don't know what happened there. Something crashed. It's back up. I don't know. Like, I don't know why it rebooted. Like, I asked it a question. It kind of went through. Let's do it one more time, right? I literally just crashed the kernel. Let's try it again. Let's go paste, enter. All right, we'll come over to here. Oh, we got to refresh. Right? Oh, right. I forgot about that. Scrolling back up just to see. Bypass Home Assistant query Llama directly. Okay. Okay. Let's so it, and there it goes, right? So we'll take a look at that in just a second. So it answered my question, and now it appears to be rebooting again. Sorry, this is like the screen for. It looks like Home Assistant is restarting because the hardware is not rebooting, so that's something. Let's go back. No, let's go to desktop here. Um, Copy, and it's. They were literally causing a kernel panic. That's interesting. Let's try this. Hold on, I know. Okay. Let's see. that curl command, I think I'm going to have to run. I'm going to have to cheat a little bit, I think, here. So Pep gave me a curl command to run, but I'm not prepared for that on Windows. So, oops, we're gonna do this. So I'm just gonna grab an LXC over here, console, exit, clear the screen, zoom in a little bit, paste. Right. Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose. Our oh, holy cow! Well, it definitely did something here. Like it did a holy cow. Like I can't even scroll up any farther than that. Question is did Llama stay alive? Nope. Right there it looks crashed. Yeah, it definitely crashed something. Oops, let's do this. So I don't know at this point what next steps are, to be completely honest with you. I genuinely don't know. Let's see. Okay, the last thing I can do right now. Okay, yeah. Then I think this is a good spot to wrap it up, guys. Um, I will keep in touch with Pep via Discord. We'll chat about that a little bit, um, and that sort of thing. Um, but I think that's kind of where we are right now. Again, I blame a lot of this on the my limited knowledge. I should clarify that. My limited knowledge makes me feel like this is an issue with the new Home Assistant update and the kernel and that sort of thing, and how not everything has caught up to it yet. I think there's just possibly a compatibility issue that I think a lot of developers, a lot of third-party people, companies, organizations, whatever, are going to be working on for a little bit. Um, so I think I think that's yeah I think that's kind of where we are at this point. Um, I'm enjoying kind of the process, except for when I get lost in the operating system. But I am not my ability to navigate things is just as bad in real life as it is in an operating system. Um, so yeah. I think that's where we're going to wrap up for right now. Like I said, I will keep in touch. Pep and I will be keeping in touch via Discord to troubleshoot some of this and that sort of thing. When availability allows us to both be able to do that. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, I think this is a good place to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me um, for the last whether it's been the last few minutes or the last I don't even know how long we've been at this 3.5 hours. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out, for supporting that sort of thing. Um, One other thing that I want to mention, um, if you follow me on social media, duh, but I mean, if you follow me outside of YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitter, whatever, Blue Sky, Fostodon, whatever, I put out a notification this morning or an announcement this morning for a new project that I'm working on. We've talked about the possibility of doing it a little bit in the past. We've talked about it in the past a little bit. I'm in the process of launching HomePad Launchpad. Sorry, Home Lab Launchpad. That always gets me tongue twisted. And the idea is to um, kind of go back to the basics when it comes to home, to self-hosting and that sort of thing. Um, the channel DB Tech over the past few years has become kind of an intermediate course or an intermediate resource on self-hosting, and I wanted to create something that goes back to the very basics of what is home or what is self-hosting and why is it important. Different ways to choose hardware, different reasons to choose different operating systems. I've got several videos already kind of that I'm planning out the first several videos as I'm doing other stuff in the background. Um, so if you're interested in supporting that effort, I'll paste this in both um, Twitch and YouTube. This is Twitch. I'm going to paste that over there if you want to go check that out. And then hopefully here in a second I can find YouTube. So if you want to check this out and subscribe, it would be really cool if you did that. There's also a website that I've purchased. I purchased the domain name for, which is again homelablaunchpad.com. There's more information in here about what's going on, what the plan is. Here very soon, I'm going to be recording a channel trailer for the YouTube channel. So if you guys would like to support that or whatever, that would be very cool. I'd like this to become a resource for people getting into self-hosting. I'm not worried about numbers here. This is meant to be more, if you've got a question about how do I get started, that sort of thing, I'll be answering those types of questions here while I'm also working on, I think I've got, again, several videos already planned out as far as outlines and that sort of thing is concerned. So yeah, if you want to check that out, that would be amazing. But that's where I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you guys again so much for all of your support through not just this live stream, but my endeavors on DB Tech, hopefully my future endeavors on Home Lab Launchpad. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe and do something cool with your free time. But I think I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys again so much, and I'll talk to you again real soon.